Hello and welcome to the Canva workshop. I'm JB and today I'll be guiding you through the basics of Canva. Please follow along on any device of your choosing. I'll be using the online version of Canva on a computer. Please keep in mind that Canva updates frequently, and this version is accurate as of January 2026. Let's get into it. Canva is designed to be both beginner and expert friendly. With Canva, you have the ability to create graphics, print designs, presentations, and more. The platform contains thousands of assets, both free and paid. Canva's platform is made up of a multitude of tools across unique workspaces that are tailored to the type of project you're working on. For example, print projects, blank whiteboards, and video editing workspaces all have different tools available for your needs. Today, our objectives are to learn how to start a new project using the print workspace, understand the basic tools of Canva, edit photos and graphics, explore and use different types of elements, upload your own images and files, edit text, and finally, export your project to share. To log into Canva, simply visit canva.com and press Sign Up. Then, choose Continue with Google and sign in with your ePass account if you aren't already logged in. Before we continue, you'll find information about this software and guides for many others on kb.plu.edu. Simply search for a keyword and you'll find online workshops, guides, and information about technology, such as software and media checkout equipment, available on campus. Before moving forward, please make sure that you have access to or download the workshop files on the Canva Information Knowledge Base page. On the Canva homepage, you will find a few key elements. First, the left panel contains a few menus that help organize your projects, settings, and a Create button. Next is the search bar. This allows you to search for the name of a specific type of document, template, or through your own projects. The Workspace selector allows Canva to help choose the correct tools to give you based on your project needs. Today, we'll be using the Print workspace. I also highly recommend using the Whiteboard workspace if you're using Canva for project planning or in a classroom setting. You can also use the Custom Size workspace to meet more specific needs or create larger documents. Lastly, you can upload documents like PDFs for editing on Canva using the Upload button. The Recents section of the home page shows any recent projects you've edited. To start your first document, press the Print workspace and either search for or choose Flyer Portrait, which is 8.5 by 11, for this project. You may also simply press the Create button on the left panel and search Flyer if that is your preference. For now, please simply follow along as we explore the interface. First, we have the Design tab on the left side of your screen. Canva has thousands of templates for different types of designs, so we search for keywords like Book Club in order to narrow it down. Once you've picked a template, you can select an object on the page to bring up tools. A purple box around the object means it's selected, and the toolbar at the top of the page will show you any tools available to edit that object. In this case, text tools appear when text is selected. Next, select the Elements tab on the left side of your screen. This menu allows you to choose from thousands of pre-designed graphics and stock images available through Canva. If you're using the free version of Canva, you'll need to keep in mind that any asset with a Pro crown icon will have a watermark and not be usable for your design. They unfortunately blocked the ability to sort by free designs only behind a subscription as well. We'll be working with free assets today, and you're welcome to choose any you like to follow along. When a graphic element is selected, you'll find a different selection of tools appear in the toolbar at the top of the window. Just to highlight a couple of them, the Edit button allows you to make basic photo edits and use effects on a photo or an object. The Color tool allows you to adjust the colors of the object you have selected. Some other useful basic functions include the Zoom bar in the lower part of the window, which can also be done by using keyboard shortcuts, such as Control+ on a Windows or Command+ on a Mac. Next, the Lock, Duplicate, and New Page buttons in the upper right corner of the page you're working on. Duplicate will copy the entire page you're working on, and New Page will simply add another empty page after your current one. Lock will keep the whole page from being edited until it or individual objects are unlocked. When you select an object, similar tools appear. You can lock, duplicate, trash, or make a comment on that object. Lastly, when you right-click on an object, you will see a more detailed menu of options, including organization and layers. When creating a design, I want everyone to keep in mind some basic design principles: contrast, balance and symmetry, and alignment. Contrast is important for the accessibility of all the viewers of your work to be able to read text. Elements and words easily become lost with low contrast. Balance and symmetry not only look pleasing to the eye, but also help the viewer to not be distracted from the information you're trying to convey. Alignment is important to keep consistent and aids balance and symmetry. Try to keep all text in the same alignment unless it's purposeful for your design. Let's look at some bad examples. First, we have a good example with proper balance and symmetry and intentional alignment. This design uses columns to center and balance the elements on the page. Whereas the bad example shows the balance is off with all the elements in the lower half and poor alignment of the text. Next, we have examples of poor contrast. Words should pop on the page, and colors should meet basic web contrast guidelines. An easy color contrast checker is available at webaim.org, and guidelines for accessibility are available at w3.org. Lastly, we have alignment. Proper alignment shows the text is even and all left aligned. Improper text alignment shows a mix of center-aligned and left-aligned text. The reason behind this is to simplify and clean up the design for your viewers. It's easier on the eye to track in one alignment than in a mix of many styles. If you didn't already in a previous step, please select a template you wish to use. I searched for Book Club and chose one that I liked. You'll notice when you select a template, it automatically gives you a list of similar templates, and the styles from the page if you want to use the font or colors. When you click on the style, it will also shuffle it on the page. For example, the colors will change around on the page elements, and the fonts will often change too. Titles usually will stay the same. First, let's have a look at formatting the text. To move the text, click and drag the text box wherever you want it. You will notice lines show up when the box aligns with something else on the page. You can also resize the text or any object by selecting the corner point of the selection box and dragging it to size. If you want to expand or shrink a box without adjusting the size of the text, use the points in the center of each side. Text effects are available in the toolbar with the text selected. This includes adjustments to the way the words look and shadows behind the text for contrast. Next, let's adjust some elements. I want to add some more books on this page for an attention grabber, so let's search the Elements tab for books. Because I want graphic images, I'll click the See All button next to Graphics. Now that I've chosen a graphic, I want it centered on the page. To do so, I'll right-click and hover over Align to Page. Then choose Center for vertical alignment, and repeat the process to choose Middle for horizontal alignment. If you lose your graphics or text behind other layers, right-click on an object and select Layers, and make a selection. You can also press Show Layers to show everything. From the Show Layers menu, you can drag any object up or down on that list to move it in front of or behind other objects. I've noticed the colors on one of my graphics really don't match the rest now. I'm going to adjust that by selecting the object and clicking on a color in the color menu. If you don't already see colors from the document that Canva automatically pulled for you, then go ahead and click the rainbow button to choose a new color. Back to the Elements tab, let's hit the little X button next to our search to clear it. Now we can look for shapes. Go ahead and press the Shapes menu under Browse Categories. Click on a shape you like, or drag it from that menu and drop it on the page, and Canva will automatically place it in your design. You'll notice a flashing cursor shows up immediately. Canva makes it very easy to type text within a shape this way. To get the cursor back on the shape once you've clicked off of it, just double-click on the shape. Lastly, I want to show you how to use the frames and photos. First, let's head back over to Elements tab. I want to search for books. Find whichever photo you like. I'm going to pick one with a cozy vibe. Next, click on the photo and press Edit up in the toolbar. Near the top of the sidebar, you'll see a section called Adjust. This is where you can make basic photography edits, like contrast, shadows, or a vignette. Go ahead and head back to Elements now, and let's find the Frames category. Remember to back out of the Photos section if necessary. When you click on the Frames category, you'll notice a bunch of shapes with a landscape background. Any object in Canva with this background will allow you to place a photo in it, just like a picture frame. Let's go ahead and pick one for our image. I'm going to use the paper heart shape frame here on the front page. Just click and drag it over to the page you're working on. Next, click and hold your photo and drag it over the top of that frame. Sometimes you'll have to move it away and bring it back for the frame to grab it. Now, with the frame selected, double-click the frame and adjust the cropping if needed. Before we move on, let's take a quick look at backgrounds. In Canva, nearly any image can be used to replace the background of your document, which is presumably white or a color from your template. To do this, we can look up a photo with a texture, pattern, or any photo that's not too distracting. I'm going to take one that fits my book club theme. Next, you can either make some adjustments for contrast purposes, or go straight to making it a background. Right-click on the image and select Replace Background. You're also able to apply the colors of this background image to the elements on the page from that same menu. To aid in contrast, I'm also going to add a blur effect to my background photo to keep the text from distracting from the rest of the design. Before we finish up, I want you to practice uploading an image. Go ahead and either download or find the PLU logo from our class files for today, and we'll use that for our design. To upload it to Canva, all you need to do is drag the image onto the Canva screen from the folder it's in on your desktop. You'll find this image in your Uploads tab in the future, and you can always delete items from your uploads if necessary. If you delete something you want to keep, you can review your recently deleted items in the Trash menu on your Canva homepage. It's finally time to export our projects. One tip to make the process easier when you're doing any design projects is to add a name to your project first, so the files save as project name 1, project name 2, etc. for every page you made. To export or save your project, navigate to the upper right corner of the window to the Share button. This will bring up a menu with multiple different document saving options, including file formats. For today, we'll download this document as a .png for online use later, or you can save it as a .pdf if you want to print it. Just hit download and choose the file type, then download again. You can always come back later to save any of your projects. If you need any further assistance with Canva, please don't hesitate to contact us at plu.edu/helpdesk by submitting a consultation and training request. For more information about Canva and other software, visit kb.plu.edu. Thank you for watching.